Well Nation. My name is Kate Harris. This is Leslie Benedetto. We
Hi there.
are here this afternoon to catch up with you. We've been doing some Periscope videos and some online stuff to talk about 12 healthy habits of highly fit people. Well, we took about a month off. We didn't take a month off here, but we took a month off online. We were very busy with an annual benefit, which we host every year. The whole community gets involved. We have the video up on our Facebook page, our Twitter page. You can learn more about it there. So we're back here today to talk about our July healthy habit, and it's all about freedom.
Freedom from diet culture, which is a very important topic, not talked about. If you hang out at Be Well Nation for more than 5 minutes, you will know and soon figure out we don't support diet culture.
Right.
We're not going to sell you the latest, the greatest, the cleanse, the this, the that. We believe in lifestyle change, healthy habits, and
Hard
work.
Yeah, hard work, that's it. And that's reality, that's the
Right.
truth.
So this week, with our freedom of diet culture, this week we are focusing on the freedom of speech, or really the freedom from speech. And that is diet talk. And boy, do we get roped into these conversations, especially as women. And it starts at a very early age. And it's so pervasive that a lot of times we don't even realize that it's not normal, or it shouldn't be normal.
It is our normal. We have to say
it is normal.
It is our normal. It's like talking about the weather.
But it's very negative.
It is.
And what this often looks like is you're at lunch with coworkers or girlfriends, family, whoever, and all of a sudden, all the talk starts: what you can eat, what you can't eat, what you should eat, who's cleansing, who's clean eating, who, extreme this, and it's
Depressing.
It's depressing, and a lot of times it's always would, should, or could. So it's never, or the misery of doing something. That's only going to last a small amount of time, and it's not going to work. And it's just a habit of a conversation, the body dissatisfaction.
Yeah.
Who can sit around and say the worst thing about their body parts?
And what kind of camaraderie is that? What
Right.
kind of, I don't want to say what kind of friendship, but can you imagine sitting at that same table and not talking about that misery? Because it really is. It's misery.
I refuse to do it. Years ago, I stopped. I was like,
It's
can't,
misery loves company.
I can't do this. Yeah.
And so can you imagine that same table where you may be, whether it's at work or it's with friends or it's with your family, and all of a sudden that talk isn't that misery loves company, it's positivity. Doesn't this taste
Interesting.
great? Isn't this wonderful? Something else.
Right.
Other
Anything. The movies, a book you read.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much going on in this world and so many things you can learn and talk about. Let's stop focusing on what we can't eat, should eat, won't eat, how we're not measuring up.
Yeah.
And let's look at life a little different.
Yes. And so I guess what we're trying to say to you today, the reason we're talking about it, is because we want you to know you don't have to buy into it. You don't have to say, well, that's just what we do. No, that doesn't have to be what you do.
Right.
You don't have to listen to it. You can stop that conversation. It may seem a little awkward the first time you do it. When you're at work and you go, you know what, I'm changing the subject. I'm done with you guys. Because no matter how casually you may approach that, it's going to feel a little awkward the first time. But that's okay, because they'll understand where you're coming from.
Well, they may not understand, and it may be very awkward, but change is awkward. Change
No kidding, that's an
does not-
understatement.
And research shows that when you eat and you're you're emotionally guilty or feel bad, you don't metabolize food. You don't get the nourishment that you do when you're in an emotionally good place. So why would you, every day at lunch, eat with people and and feel bad about yourself, feel bad about what you're eating, start to hate certain body parts? Nothing good comes from that. And if anything good came from it, we still wouldn't have to talk this way, because the change would have happened. It's just this relentless cycle of this negative talk.
There's never a happy ending.
No.
No.
So it's time to stop it.
Yeah. So freedom of speech, freedom from
From.
speech. Give yourself that permission this week.
Yeah.
I mean, be aware of it.
Yep.
And when you hear it, whether it comes out of your mouth
Mhm.
or somebody else's, just recognize it. You know, maybe you don't have the courage this week to stop it and change it, but start to listen for it and say, okay, that's not going to help me out.
Tell them you gave it up for Lent and you never gave.
It's July, but
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's Lent somewhere, right? But, just I don't.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something else?
Yeah. So freedom all month long, and next week we're going to talk about freedom of the press.
Of the press.
We
Yes.
mean social media. We mean magazines.
TV.
Yeah.
The Instagram fitness experts.
Yes, absolutely. So you can always catch these videos on our Facebook page. We've got them on Twitter. We have a YouTube channel, which you can find on our website at BeWellNation.com. So for Leslie, Benedetto, and myself, I'm Kate Harris. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time this afternoon. Have a great day, and we will check in with you next week.